so happy. And what does that mean? That means it's a book haul. My name is Angela. I'm your own bookaholic brown name. You can call me Angie. If this is your first time here, let me tell you what this channel is about. In this channel, I talk about books that I have read, books that I'm reading, books that I'm planning to read, and all things related to books. So, if you love books the way I do, please subscribe to my channel. Also, please like, share, and comment. So, over the weekend, not exactly weekend, from 3rd March to 6th March, there was a book fair in Bangalore called Load the Box. They keep coming to Bangalore and major cities in India. And I had attended several of them before, and to be frank, I was not that overly excited about it, which is kind of strange, you might think, but it's because I had attended several of them before, and what happens is most of the times the kind of books that you see in these fairs are books that are repeat um attendees because you see these books always the same kind of books all the time. Like there will be Dan Brown books, there will be some of Karen Slaughter book, that mostly David Baldacci and Clive Cussler, then who Jeffrey Archer, all these popular writers, Joan Nesbo, all these writers who are very popular in India, but most of them, like, yeah, they are light reads and mystery thrillers, and then a lot of literary fiction as well. Coffee table books, then there is kids section, then there are books for teenagers, and there is no much scope for fantasy and science fiction readers. A lot of non-fiction books as well, but most of them are not like really popular books that are doing the rounds now. That's why I knew to keep my expectations low, and that's why I wasn't disappointed as such. So the deal is like this: you get options to pick boxes, like carton boxes of three sizes, of three different prices. So the first box is like 1,150 rupees, the second is 1,650 rupees, and the biggest box is 2,750 rupees. And you go in and you pick the box that you want, whatever size you prefer out of these three options available. I went for the middle one, which was 1,650. The deal is like this: you go and pick up and fill this box with books, and then you pay for it. So you just pay for the price of the box, not the price of the books. And some of them are new, there are used books as well, so you have to be careful when you are choosing the books. And then yeah, you pay for the box, and the box should be like not overflowing. You should be able to close the lid of the box. So basically that's the deal. And like I said, I went for the middle one, which is 1,650 rupees, and I was able to fit in like 11 books. Now choosing the books no was not that easy for me. Like I said, I there were not many books that I was so excited to see or discover or anything, apart from one or two. Also, there was this small counter where they were selling posters and stickers and bookmarks. I picked up some bookmarks here. So this one, yeah. So there is teapot, books, etc. It's very cute. I really liked it. And then there is this Harry Potter one. I lived in books more than I lived anywhere else. And then there is this auto rickshaw here and taxi. We found it nice. This is just bookshelf, and then Tyrion Lannister. A mind needs books as a sword needs whetstone. Oh yeah, Tyrion Lannister. Then I have Groot. I love Groot. I liked this one also. Every day is a fresh start. So these were the bookmarks that I bought. I thought they were quite cute and nice. In fact, they have a website also. I need to go and check out. And this is a sticker that I picked up. When in doubt, to go to the library. I just framed it and I'm using it on my accent wall. This one my husband bought. There was an idea to bring together a group of remarkable people to see if we could become something more. So this is Avengers one. So these were the stickers and the bookmarks that we bought. Getting into the books. So the first one, actually, so my husband picked this up. A cotton melon thriller. I need to figure out how to pronounce this. I don't want to sound like a fool because it's a French word and I'm sure it's not pronounced the way it is written. So, okay. So the book is The Charlemagne Pursuit by Steve Berry. Ex-agent Cotton Malone wants to know what really happened to his father, officially lost at sea when his submarine went down in the North Atlantic. But when he uses his government contacts to obtain the submarine's sealed file, Malone finds he is not the only person looking for answers. Pitched into a lethal power struggle between mysterious twin sisters Dorothea Lindewood and Crystal Falk, he couldn't have chosen more difficult names. Malone embarks on a dangerous adventure involving Nazi exploration in Antarctica, US government conspiracies, and a series of cryptic clues built into the legend of Charlemagne. I think this is kind of a spy thriller or action thriller. So that is the Charlemagne Pursuit by Steve Berry. And the next one is looked very classic. So this is what I picked up. Satirica, Petronius. The Satirica is one of the most original and engaging works to survive from classical antiquity. Whether read as a parody of classical romance, pagan pornography of a gay classic, Petronius's comic masterpiece follows the priapic adventures of Encolpius, you have to forgive my pronunciations, and his beautiful lover Giton. I found that, this is kind of a classic book that I want to read, especially because this is short and it talks about humor, it talks about satire, it talks about romance. So, yeah, I really wanted to read this, and the artwork also looks kind of interesting. So, that is Satirica by Petronius, a book from the classical antiquity. Next is you might have seen this on my Bookstagram. This was a cover by not just because of the artwork or the picture, but because of the title of the book, which is The Paris Wife. If there is Paris mentioned, I have to get the book. So it is a novel by Paula McLean. It says it is a New York Times bestseller. A beautiful portrait of being in Paris in the glittering 1920s. I already like it. As a wife and as one's own woman. Chicago 1920. Hadley Richardson is a quiet 28-year-old who has all but given up on love and happiness until she meets Ernest Hemingway. Following a whirlwind courtship and wedding, the pair set sail for Paris when they become the golden couple in a lively and volatile group, the fabled Lost Generation, that includes Gertrude Stein, Ezra Pound, and Fitzgerald. Though deeply in love, the Hemingways are ill-prepared for the hard-drinking, fast-living, and free-loving life of jazz-age Paris, as Ernest struggles to find the voice that will earn him a place in history and pours himself into the novel that will become The Sun Also Rises. Hadley strives to hold on to her sense of self as her roles as wife, friend, and muse become more challenging. Eventually, they find themselves facing the ultimate crisis of their marriage, a deception that will lead to the unraveling of everything they have fought so hard for. A heartbreaking portrayal of love and torn loyalty, The Paris Wife is all the more poignant because we know that in the end, Hemingway wrote that he would rather have died than fallen in love with anyone but Hadley. So, I didn't know this was a historical fiction. Like I said, it was just a cover buy for me. I saw Paris and I picked it up. I'm glad I did it. This book was the winner of the Best Historical Fiction Goodreads Choice Awards. Wow, I didn't even look at the blurb, but now I am glad that I picked this up. And it has kind of French flap. I don't know what it is. I think it's called French flap, right? And then deckled edges. I don't know if you can see. So overall, a good buy. I'm actually liking this. I bought a non-fiction book which is called I Could Not Be Hindu, the story of a Dalit in the RSS. So Dalit is the oppressed caste of India, the lower caste of India, and RSS is an extreme right wing fascist uh, organization. Usually, they are oppressive against other religions and also Dalits. So this would be an interesting read because this person, Bhanwar Meghvanshi, he is a Dalit in the RSS. So I was really curious to read his story. In 1987, as the Rama Janmabhoomi movement gathers momentum, so Rama Janmabhoomi movement is something similar to the Make America Great Again. Uh, claiming India as Hindustan as the birthplace of Lord Ram. Basically, it is kind of a indirect way of proclaiming India as a Hindu nation. A 13-year-old from a village in Rajasthan, it's a northern state in India, joins the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, which is RSS. Despite his untouchable status, so he is from the oppressed caste. He is an untouchable. He quickly rises to the post of Karyava. Karyava is maybe a higher post in RSS. Ahead of the demolition of the Babri Masjid in 1992, Babri Masjid incident, please look it up. It was the destruction or demolition of the mosque called Babri Masjid. He becomes the district office chief of Bhilwara. He hates Muslims with a passion without having met one. He joins thousands of Karsevaks to Ayodhya. Ayodhya is the birthplace of Lord Ram. He mocks Mullah Yam Singh. He participates in riots. He goes to jail. He finds Hindutva intoxicating. He is ready to die for the Hindu Rashtra, and yet he remains a lesser Hindu because of his birth status. He turns into a critic of the Sangh, becomes an Ambedkarite. So Ambedkar, Mahatma Ambedkar is the stalwart of all the oppressed caste in India. So Ambedkarite is a person who works for Dalit movement and makes it his life's mission to expose the hypocrisies of Hindutva. In this explosive memoir, translated by Nivedita Menon from the Hindi, Bhanwar Meghvanshi tells us what it meant to be an untouchable in the RSS and what it means to become Dalit. This is going to be an explosive read for me, very difficult read for me maybe also, but yeah, someday I will get to this. I went with the flow and I bought Dan Brown, The Lost Symbol. Now, I'm not ashamed to admit that I like Dan Brown's books. I really enjoyed Da Vinci Code. I loved Angels and Demons. I love the movies as well. But except for I sometimes felt that Tom Hanks was kind of overacting, over the top. But okay, but I love the movies. But I haven't read The Lost Symbol, and there was this nice hardcover, and I am a sucker for hardbacks. So I bought this book. Next, this is by my husband. He just picked up an activity book or an activity pad, The Amazing Spiderman. So there are like games and I don't know, coloring pages and word games and stuff related to Spider-Man. So yeah, this is for Ashish. Next is a science fiction, which is Sun Grazer by J. Posey. I have no idea what this book is about. Mars runs red. In the new Cold War between Earth and its colonies on Mars, when devastating weapons go missing, there is only one team who you can call upon, the Outriders. A crack force of highly specialized super soldiers, their clone bodies are near immortal. When a fully autonomous vessel with orbital strike capabilities goes missing, it's up to the Outriders to track the untrackable. But when the trail leads them to the influential Martian People's Collective Republic, their mission gets a lot more complicated. I think this is book 2 of a series, but I hope I can read it as a standalone. So next I bought a book by John Le Carre, which is A Delicate Truth. I haven't read any books from him, so when I saw this, I thought that the cover was pretty. It's kind of got a gold embossment on it. And also it is John le Carre, and my friend Amber, who is also an avid reader, has been recommending me to read his books. He has this huge online collection of ebooks, but me being me, I wanted to own a physical copy, and yeah, then I saw this, I grabbed this. Let's see what this is about. A counter-terror operation codenamed Wildlife is being mounted in Britain's most precious colony, Gibraltar. Its purpose to capture a high-value jihadist arms buyer. I'm hating it already. Its authors, an ambitious Foreign Office minister and a private defense contractor who is also his close friend. So delicate is operation that even the minister's private secretary, Toby Bell, is not cleared for it. 3 years later, when the horrifying truth behind Operation Wildlife is uncovered, Toby will be forced to choose between his conscience and his duty to the service. If the only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is that good men do nothing, how can he keep silent? I don't know if I will like this. I already see a lot of bias in this. Anyways, I hope it doesn't turn out to be that. Then I bought an Ian Banks book, which is Dead Air. There were many Ian Banks book available there, but I picked this one because it was a nice, cute, beautiful hardcover. Obviously, they have made it a little bit messy with the price stickers here. This is how the naked bag looks like. So yeah, this is Ian Banks' Dead Air. A couple of ice cubes first, then the apple that really started it all. A loft apartment in London's East London, cool but doomed, demolition and redevelopment slated for the following week. Ken Knott, devotedly contrarian leftish shock jock attending a midweek wedding lunch, starts dropping stuff off the roof towards the deserted car park 100 feet below. Other guests join in, and soon half the contents of the flat are following the fruit towards the pitted tarmac. Just as mobiles start to ring and the apartment's remaining TV is turned on, because apparently a plane has just crashed into World Trade Center. Ian Banks' daring new novel starts with a bang and then accelerates through one man's political ambitions, manic media manipulations, and wildly dangerous private life, speeding through a London of pubs, clubs, and geezers, of extreme dodginess to a twin climax of nail-shredding intensity. A novel about politics, trust, paranoia, and perhaps redemption, Dead Air is Ian Banks at his best. Anybody? Ba, kai kodo. Kai kuch. Kot kai kuch. Good girlie. Kale. Okay, so then then next one, you guys will laugh at this. This is basically my husband's pick, and he wanted this because he wanted this on his table, not for reading, and that is this. Because it looked pretty, it seems, and it is quite silly because no, so the inside is like this. It's like basically like, I don't know, toddler's book or something like that. It's basically a children's book, but he wanted this to be displayed there. But I actually like the artwork. It's kind of cute. So Captain America. And okay, maybe this is my favorite pick. You guys can judge me as much as you want, I don't care, but I picked up a coffee table book, which is this one, the Leonardo DiCaprio album by Brian J. Robb. And guys, look at this. Nobody is allowed to be this beautiful. Like, you have no rights to be so beautiful, but he's so beautiful, and I have to buy this book. And when I'm feeling sad and depressed, I just want to flip through this book and feel happy, and yeah, and feel good about myself. Look at that. How cute is he? So that those were the purchases from the Load the Box book fair. But hold on, that's not the end of this video. So I bought 2 additional books, not from the book fair, but online. That is because I wanted these books for some buddy reads and read-alongs that I'm part of. The first one that I bought is Noam Chomsky and Marv Waterstone's Consequences of Capitalism, Manufacturing Discontent and Resistance. and I just started it off. I'm just 10 pages in. Synopsis. Is there an alternative to capitalism? In this landmark text, Chomsky and Waterstone chart a critical map for a more just and sustainable society. COVID-19 has revealed glaring failures and monstrous brutalities in the current capitalist system. It represents both a crisis and an opportunity. Everything depends on the action that people take into their own hands. So, Chomsky talking about neoliberalism, capitalism, common sense, and structural power. That's what this book is all about, and I'm so stoked because I love reading Chomsky anytime. I bought this as part of a buddy read that I'm doing along with Gregory Leperch. He's already, I think, in chapter 3, which is like almost 100 pages or something. Hoping to catch up with him soon. And so excited to talk to him about this book once I'm done. So hopefully we'll be able to do a live stream or a discussion video end of this month. Then I bought another book which is part of a read along in the literary Discord, and that is War and Peace. And guys, I bought this book on Amazon. I'm sorry, but this is so beautiful a book. I couldn't resist. It has these golden edges and beautiful artwork. Look at that. Can you see the shine and the sheen on this? And look at the artwork inside. Annoyingly, the publishers have not listed or stated who the translator is. So we had a little bit of discussion in Discord, and somebody found out that this could be there is a high chance that this is a mod translation. And I came to know that the mod translation is an excellent one. So that was War and Peace. Those were the books that I wanted to show you today in today's book haul video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be back with another video very soon before you know it. This is Angie signing off. Bye bye.